Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for. Everybody say hope for. The conviction of things not yet seen. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for. The conviction of things not yet seen. Hope feels, faith sees, and love never fails. Hope feels, faith sees, and love never fails. Hope is the deep sense that something good is about to happen to me. Hope is that, I don't want to say feeling, because I'm not talking about an emotion, but hope is that thing that's deep inside of you. You wake up in the morning, you're like, something good's about to happen to me today. What is it? I don't know. If you know, that's not called hope, that's called faith. Because faith sees, but hope just feels. Hope is what gets me off the couch to the front porch so faith could be looking for what hope felt. How many know you're supposed to get your hopes up? You know, people say, don't get your hopes up. How many know that's anti-biblical? That's not extra-biblical, it's anti-biblical. God says, if you hope in the Lord, you won't be disappointed. Get your hopes up. Well, I don't want to get my hopes up. You know, you never know what could happen if you get your hopes up. Yeah, you just never know if you create a seedbed for faith to rise. The opposite of hope is the foreboding spirit. That foreboding spirit says something bad is about to happen to me. If you're having a good day, there's a bad day coming. I remember when I came here, before Kathy and I actually came on staff, we were doing a class for Bill on Saturdays. We would drive down from Weaverville and do a class on the prophetic, which is supposed to be, encouraging, exhorting, and comforting. And we were doing this class. We'd done a couple of classes, and I said, okay, I'm going to put me in the middle, and you're going to prophesy over me. And I'm going to tell you if you're good or not. This particular friend of mine, who's a friend now, but I didn't know her at the time, I get in the middle, and she goes like this to me. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, there's a foreboding spirit on you. I'm casting it out. With her fingers, snapping her fingers over me. Well, first of all, it's supposed to be encouraging, exhorting, and comforting. But I'm like, what's a foreboding spirit? I didn't know what it was. Foreboding, like it's foreboding, like I can't swim, I don't go boating. She's like, no, foreboding means an impending sense of doom. I said, oh, okay. So she did that to me. I didn't feel anything happen. We were driving home. We have an hour drive home. It's quiet. We've been gone all day. It's nighttime. We get about halfway home, and I turned to Kathy and I said, you know that foreboding thing that lady snapped out at me? She's like, yeah. I said, I think it's gone. She said, what do you mean? I said, I never knew I had it. I'm like a drunk who never knew was drunk until he saw him sober. I'm like, I'm sober. I got free from that spirit, but I never knew I had it because I always had it. You know what a familiar spirit is? It's an evil spirit that gets so attached to your personality, it becomes a part of the way you think. And actually, halfway home, I actually got a revelation of where it came to my life. My father died when I was 3. You know that story? How many know a 3-year-old does not know what death means? So all those years I thought my father abandoned me. So I used to go into my mother's room up until in my teens, 2 or 3 times a night to make sure my mother was there. I think that thing took advantage of the abandonment of my father. And I had this thing, and maybe some of you have experienced this. I'm a very optimistic person. I always have been. It's just a part of the way I'm wired, even before I knew God. So I'm not walking around something's about to go wrong. Kathy and I started 9 businesses. So we're not things are going to go wrong. But below the surface, there's always this nagging, I don't want to say it's a voice. It's a sense. Something's about to happen. Something bad's about to happen to you. You're about to lose someone special to you. Your kids, someone's about to hurt your kids. And it was always in there nagging at me. I never knew it until it left. I never knew other people didn't think like that until it left. And I think that there is a foreboding spirit on the world today. I think that there is a foreboding spirit right now pressing in to the planet. I think that people have this deep sense that something terrible is going to happen to them. And then, of course, Christians we got scriptures